What if the stones of a crumbling Irish manor hold not just memories, but confessions that could rewrite history and heal generations of silence? In If Walls Could Talk, best-selling author Jean Grainger delivers a historical saga that transforms ancestral estate into living witness, proving that the most powerful stories aren't recorded in ledgers or letters. They're whispered through floorboards, woven into tapestries, and buried beneath centuries of unspoken grief. This isn't just another family drama set against emerald hills. It's a lyrical, emotionally resonant exploration of legacy, land, and the quiet rebellion of women whose lives were erased from official narratives. From the first rain-soaked narration, listeners are transported to 1920s County Cork, where political upheaval collides with private heartbreak, and every room in Dunmara house breathes with secrets waiting to be heard. Perfect for fans of immersive historical fiction and multi-generational storytelling, this audiobook serves up atmospheric richness, authentic Irish cadence, and a narrative so deeply felt you'll swear you can smell the peat smoke and hear the ghosts sighing in the halls. When American historian Claire O'Malley inherits Dunmara House after decades of estrangement from her Irish roots, she expects dusty archives and legal formalities, not a visceral confrontation with ancestors whose choices still echo in her own fractured sense of belonging. As she begins restoring the estate, hidden journals, coded embroidery, and oral histories from aging villagers reveal a truth far more complex than the sanitized family lore she was raised on. Stories of forbidden love during the War of Independence, sacrifices made in silence, and women who preserved culture when men were writing treaties. Grainger masterfully interweaves past and present with gimmickry, letting Claire's modern perspective illuminate historical trauma, while the past reshapes her understanding of self. The audiobook narration is nothing short of transcendent, capturing the lilt of Cork dialect, the weight of unshed tears, and the hushed reverence of sacred spaces with vocal authenticity that makes every character feel like kin. You don't just hear Dunmara's story, you inhabit its bones. What elevates If Walls Could Talk beyond typical heritage fiction is its refusal to romanticize nostalgia or reduce history to backdrop. Grainger honors the messiness of memory. Some truths bring closure, others deepen wounds. Some ancestors are heroes, others complicit in systems of oppression. Claire's journey isn't about uncovering a single revelation, but about learning to sit with ambiguity, to accept that her lineage contains both resilience and regret. Supporting characters shine with lived-in depth: elderly neighbors whose recollections contradict written records, relatives clinging to myths that protect their identity, even the house itself, rendered as a sentient archive that yields secrets only to those willing to listen without judgment. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. Healing isn't about correcting the past, but about integrating it with honesty and grace. Even the restoration process mirrors emotional repair, stripping away layers of neglect to reveal original craftsmanship, just as Claire strips away inherited shame to reclaim her place within a larger story. For audiobook listeners, this production is an act of cultural preservation. The narrator embodies multiple voices across time with remarkable distinction, from Claire's tentative American accent softening into Irish rhythm to elders whose speech carries the music of a vanishing world, making oral tradition feel alive and urgent. Sound design enhances immersion without artifice. The creak of ancient timber, distant fiddle tunes at twilight, rain drumming on slate roofs that mirrors emotional release, all ground the narrative in sensory reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of remembrance itself, unhurried during moments of discovery and reflection, then swelling with intensity as buried truths surface. Whether you're sipping tea at dusk or walking through autumn leaves, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where history feels intimate and personal. It's storytelling as ancestral communion, transforming passive listening into active participation in a lineage long silenced. Ultimately, If Walls Could Talk redefines historical fiction by centering female voices within national narratives. It satisfies cravings for rich setting and emotional payoff while delivering substantive commentary on memory, identity, and the labor of reconciliation across time. As the first book in the Dunmara series, it establishes a foundation deep enough to sustain future installments, yet complete enough to stand alone. If you've ever wondered what your ancestors left unsaid, or whether home is a place or a practice of remembering, this audiobook will affirm that walls do talk, but only to those brave enough to listen. Press play, step across the threshold, and prepare to believe that sometimes the most revolutionary act is simply paying attention to what has been waiting all along. Your next favorite saga isn't waiting in grand battles. It's waiting in the quiet courage of honoring those who came before.